It's time for To the Max Sports, where we talk about sports. They're just two guys, Max and Drew, in a bar talking all things sports. Well, without the bar. And the beer. Wait, why aren't we in the bar?
Welcome, everybody. Happy Thursday. Drew is on vacation this week. He's working on his tan, and hopefully he doesn't get sand in his britches. But I do have a buddy of mine, friend of mine here, James. He's a huge Philly fan, so he's going to join the show this week. And, of course, like we do always, Bob is playing
behind the camera,
playing with the buttons. Not all the buttons, right, Bob?
Well, only the important ones.
Only the important ones. All right. Well, let's get started, guys. I do want to kind of talk a little bit before we get too crazy into the show. Just want to talk a little bit about Mike Leach. Mike Leach, the ex-coach for Texas Tech, coaching Mississippi State. I just want to give him a little shout out to him and his family. Make sure that he knows, the family knows that we have the thoughts and prayers going on him. He did pass away. And just want to talk a little bit about how much of a great coach he was and how he changed the system with all the tree, this huge tree he has out there with all the followings with Mike, what's this, Mummy? And also he had a couple of other guys under him, which the spread offense. So it's still being utilized today. So he's going to be missed. So wanted to make sure that everybody knows that he did great things for college football.
Yeah, absolutely. And a really good guy, which is, you know, a lot of what we have in both professional and the collegiate level. We don't have good men, good guys, good people.
Yeah, he was smart. He had a law degree, but one of the things that they were talking about on ESPN a couple of days ago, when Mike Leach was playing Alabama and Nick Saban was nervous, he was fidgety, he couldn't wait to get the game started. And Mike Leach is on a topic, I mean, just about anything, talking about Halloween candy, talk about marriage, giving advice out there. It was like, this guy is on a different level. And that's what I think we enjoyed so much about the guy. So he will be missed.
Yeah, his tree, Cliff Kingsbury, now with the Cardinals. Sorry, Cliff, about your quarterback. Lincoln Riley at USC. You know, and then we have Baylor's head coach, Dave Aranda, Dana Holgerson from Houston, TCU head coach, Sonny Dykes. And then he has a whole bunch of other, you know, assistants all out there. Wes Welker is now wide receivers coach for Miami.
Yeah.
Wow.
Washington State offensive coordinator, Eric Morris. So, yeah, really good guy. And to kind of take the flip side of that really good guy and prove out my point that a lot of these guys at the collegiate level sometimes aren't the best of people. Yeah, Texas basketball coach now out on bond.
Oh, Mr. Beard, Chris Beard, what were you thinking? Man, program's where it needs to be, and he goes out and does something like that.
Okay, dude, I understand your reading glasses are important. You're getting older. The whole, you know, the atrophy in the eyes, it's important to be able to read. Drive to AutoZone and buy another pair.
Go to Walgreens, right? I mean, you don't put hands on other people. Come on.
Oh yeah, and he has a clause in his contract, according to reports, that if this charge is upheld, if he pleads to something, he's getting fired and not getting any of his money. He's suspended right now without pay.
Wow.
Now, I have a question, and both of you chime in. I'm not a lawyer by any means. I don't have a background in that, but I know that because I was reading something where, let's say that she says, you know what, I want to drop everything. And he says, yeah, let's drop everything. Let's just fix it. Let's work together. Let's do what we need to. Can the prosecutor still go out there and say, look, I'm going to go ahead and not make that decision and go ahead and follow through and still prosecute?
In Texas, yes.
Oh, no.
In Texas, yes, you can.
Okay. Well, I think
It's a lot harder, but
well, Mr. Beard's going to have some issues then, because I don't think that this is something that's going to go away pretty soon. So,
well, he's gonna have to go on some type of redemption trail at some point if he wants to coach again.
wow.
Go coach at Div 2 at a good Catholic or Christian school to shiny up your name. Do the right things. Act contrite, not like that absolute jackass in Cleveland.
Yeah. So, they have another school there. I mean, St. Edward's is right around the corner.
Yeah.
So maybe.
That's what it's going to have to be. He's going to have to go on some type of tour and go to a place where somebody of unquestionable moral values puts their arm around him and go, everyone deserves a second chance. Yeah. We believe in what this guy has done. He's our guy now.
Well, let's hope for that. So, all right. Well, this week is going to be one of those where I don't want it to be a surprise for the Cowboys, right?
What happened to your Cowboys?
Oh my God, I was sweating it for so long, and
you were playing the team.
I know.
That's the leading candidate for the number one draft pick.
I thought everyone was joking around when they were talking about what the score was in the third quarter, fourth quarter, until that 98-yard drive. That was pathetic. And they need to wake up, because Jacksonville will bite them in the butt, because they might be looking ahead to Philly.
Jacksonville's got a better team than Houston.
I know. And their defense is
better team.
Much better team.
Better coached, better quarterback.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on.
And you can fawn all you want over Dak Prescott and leading that game-winning drive. Piss off. That was the defense for holding them on 4 downs, goal to go.
And I don't know what, I was going to check the line. What's the Cowboy line for this week? What do we have? They're playing in Jacksonville.
Dallas is favored by 4.
By 4 in Jacksonville.
In Jacksonville.
You know what? I might. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Yeah,
Max, it's not comfortable.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I think the Cowboys, they need to make it something where to say, look, we're ready for Philly, but we're back where we need to be and get back on track, because that scares me.
I'm just going to go on history that the Cowboys are going to fold like a cheap bag at HEB.
At HEB.
How we say in Philly, he's going to fold like a lawn chair, Max.
Oh my God. You know what? Before we leave tonight, we're going to have lunch for that Philly game, you and I. And I like Philly cheesesteaks. So,
you got to find a good one out there.
And who does Philly play this week?
Philly's got
Chicago
on the road to the Bears. The Bears.
The Bears and Philly. Okay, it's Philly -9.
9.
You know what? 9. That one might be a little closer as well, because.
And that wasn't even the sound pad. That was me natively.
Give you a little idea of how Philly's defense is going to game plan for this one. Justin Fields. That's it. We focus on Justin Fields.
Is he playing this week?
We
Justin
practice.
Yeah. The Bears are so inept. You don't have to game plan. The game plan is get on the plane, get off the plane, go to Soldier Field and play some football. That's the game plan.
You know what? I hope they both focus and do what they need to take care of their business. And Eagles beat the Bears, Cowboys beat Jacksonville. And then here we go. Following week, 3:00 game or 3:30 game, Christmas Eve. They shouldn't move it. We were talking about that earlier. They should have, and they can't, because they can't flex that because it's on
the NFL Network. Yeah, it's only NBC that has that right to flex.
And that's a tragedy. Why did they do that? The best game of the year, and they're going to have it at 3:30.
Well, I mean, in the NFL's defense, do you want that game in the midst of Christmas Eve as we're all getting ready for midnight mass? Those that are of that persuasion, dinner coming out of it. Do we want a distraction for all the Cowboys fans? I mean, y'all are easily distracted anyway.
Well, if we lose, I'm going to be upset. I'm not having Christmas dinner.
And the Eagles just hate Santa, so they just don't care.
Those few don't speak for the rest of the team. I love Santa.
Trust me, we patted him down. He does not carry any batteries.
But it is the perfect game for Christmas Eve at 7:15. Raiders on the road to the Steelers, a game that nobody wants to watch.
Out of perfection. I can't wait to see that game.
No, we're going to be watching Christmas Vacation, Bad Santa, and what's the other one? Christmas Story. That's what we're going to be watching. So we're good. We're good.
I have to do all my evening plans during the morning and early afternoons to prepare for the Eagles and Cowboys, which should be watching later tonight.
But I'm sorry. I mean, to be totally insulting to both of you, I really don't care about that game.
You're just going to say that.
Because the 49ers are hosting the Manders. Right, but right over the same thing.
Well, let me ask this question. So I have James here. So the Cowboys and the Eagles, on that one, they have the Cowboys slightly giving them a little bit of numbers, but you and I, we're going to have a bet on that one. So Cowboys win. You're going to buy me a cheesesteak. If the Eagles win, let's see. How about a hamburger?
Deal.
Lunch.
Deal.
All right.
Good.
Bob, you want some lunch on this one? Who are you going to take? The Cowboys or the Eagles?
Bob's a smart guy. He's going to make the right pick.
I don't trust the Cowboys. I don't trust the Cowboys.
They just picked up a receiver.
I get that. Tilton, right?
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah. Or Hilton, Tilton, whatever.
So it doesn't change anything.
Well, no, it's my problem is they were calling a good offense when Dak Prescott was injured and it was Cooper Rush. It was kind of like this idea that, everyone's looking at Brock Purdy in San Francisco, to bring it back to my boys, and going, well, Brock Purdy's not going to win you the game. I don't care. Brock Purdy doesn't need to win me the game. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't need to win me the game. Kyle Shanahan knew how to call a game that protected his quarterback. I don't think the Cowboys know how to call a game that protects Dak Prescott. I don't. So the more weapons you give him to go vertical, the more opportunities you give him to show us that he's not a top-level quarterback. I don't believe he's a top-level quarterback. Until they go into the playoffs and win a playoff game, I'm going to have this rant every time.
Okay. I think the key, I don't think that solved it with that addition of the receiver. I think the biggest key, and I didn't hear people talking about it. The lineman that the Cowboys signed, picked up in the trade this year, he's hurt. He's out. That's going to be the key. If they don't stop the run with Jalen Hurts, if they don't stop that running game, the Eagles are going to win by at least 10 points. They need to stop the run. They stop the run, they can kind of protect it a little bit. I think they can keep it close. If they keep it close in Dallas, the Cowboys win. If they don't stop the run, we're done.
Yeah. Pollard, Elliott. Pollard, Elliott. Pollard, Elliott.
That's it. Keep doing it.
That's what was surprising about the T.Y. Hilton signing. It's supposed to be a running team down the stretch, right? The Cowboys have most of their success running the ball down the stretch. So why sign T.Y. Hilton?
Yeah, but you're assuming one thing about the Cowboys coaching staff, that they're smart.
Bob. Okay.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay. So you know what? I'm getting beat up here. So, man, we can't agree though that it is going to be a great game.
It's going to be a great game. Now, my pocketbook will pick the Eagles. My heart will pick the Cowboys because I need the Eagles to fall back a couple games. Because I'm still hopeful that my boys get the first round bye.
See, and that happens. That's going to be great. And talking about the playoffs, what do we need to do to have the Cowboys and the Eagles meet up in the NFC Championship again? And I don't care where it's played.
Well, Cowboys don't lose in the first round of the playoffs. That's exactly a good start.
What I was going to say. We both need to win.
Well,
simple.
Of course they're going to do that. Oh my God. You guys have them losing every game. But I do want that. If it's not the Cowboys, obviously I want San Francisco to play in the NFC Championship with Philadelphia. I don't think Philadelphia, to be honest, they do have a great team. Are the Cowboys at that level? We'll see after this game. And if they don't win, no. I think Philadelphia goes on after that game. They beat the Cowboys. They go on, and they're in the Super Bowl this year.
Interesting. I was just looking at the matchup again, talking about this Eagles-Cowboys. Eagles 6-0 on the road this season so far. Well, they only have one loss, so okay. Cowboys are 7-1 at home. So they've lost the game at home. Who do they lose to?
At home?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay first game.
Okay.
There it is.
Wow, Tampa Bay looked bad.
I mean, from that day one game that they had Tampa
Week
Bay.
1, but now they're.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That was 35-7 and it wasn't even that close.
No. What happened since? Well, a lot for Tom Brady, but look at that team now. No running game, no defense.
Oh God. And I love how my 49er defense is rounding at the shape, clearing a couple of those injuries. They look like bad people.
I'm just hoping the Cowboys can pick them up or play Tampa Bay in the first round, even if they have to go to Tampa.
Yeah, that's the one thing I hate about the NFL rules is we need to have a team. We are required to have a team from the NFC South.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want the Cowboys to play them.
Shit show of it.
All right.
Shit show.
So James is taking, of course, the Eagles, and we all agree that game with the Cowboys and the Eagles is going to be fantastic. and hopefully it leads to a second matchup for the NFC Championship. From there, man, I just see them that they're going to be dominating. Of course, San Francisco's still there. On the AFC, Chiefs still the team to beat. The Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else.
Well, I don't know. I want to see how the Bills play this weekend.
Mhm.
I really do want to see that. Miami has fallen backwards.
They are the team that I think is going to surprise a lot of people. No, maybe not. What about Cincinnati?
Cincinnati is a dark horse in there. They're rounding into shape.
They're getting healthy, and Cincinnati might.
They're getting healthy, and not to mention, there's one person who has Patrick Mahomes' personal cell phone number, and his name is Joe Burrow. What is he, 3-0 the past 2 years?
Yeah.
Against,
I know,
including the playoffs.
So
everyone's crowning Kansas City, which rightfully so, Patrick Mahomes, but Joe Burrow.
For Christmas, you know what I want? I want Cincinnati playing Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl, and the Cowboys playing the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. And I'll be good.
Okay.
You don't have to get me anything else.
Could happen. Could happen.
So let's see if that happens.
Dolphins are 8-5 right now going to this game against the Bills, and I was looking at the weather is going to be absolute crap. Tua's stat line, no wins in temperatures below 50.
Oh my God. Well, he's from where? He's from Hawaii?
He's from Hawaii.
From Hawaii. Did you two hear the quote that he gave just yesterday, I believe?
No.
A reporter asked him, he's like, hey, what do you think about the cold weather? They had the hot heaters on the sidelines when it was 60 degrees. And he said, I'm going to be okay. It snowed once in Alabama. That was his response.
Yeah.
It snowed once in Alabama.
No, I don't think he's ready for that.
No, and that lake effect snow is not normal snow. That's
Buffalo,
heavy
Alabama.
snow.
Yeah, that's going to be something different when it cuts right through him and he says, wait a minute, my skin feels different. I think it's going to affect him a little bit.
Yeah, so as we'll see if they're able to keep that game close. Maybe you have the Patriots and the Jets at 7-6. Maybe they'll factor in Ravens and the Bengals from the north. Browns, Pitts, Steelers, who cares? That AFC South, what is it about the South divisions on both sides? Because the Titans are falling backwards, going backwards.
And again, I mean, they have a running game, they have a good defense, but why do they keep doing that every year? They're Jacksonville might catch them.
Could
Catch them.
Could.
Looks like it. They are motivated. They're hungry. Looks like one of those late season surges you get from that young team.
So James, total Philly fan, like all of the Philly sports?
Everything. Sixers, Flyers, Eagles, Phillies, across the board. 25 years full-time in Philadelphia.
Can you name the MLS team?
You got me there. You got me there.
The Phillies and the Eagles, the 76ers, and the Flyers. Wow.
And arena football, Philadelphia Soul.
Huh?
Yeah.
Pretty good as well.
Do you know Soul because it's partly owned by Jaworski?
That's why.
I know that.
And Bon Jovi, I think, right?
And Bon Jovi.
Yeah, that's why I knew that. So who is the
Philadelphia Union.
There we
Union?
go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, San Antonio has an arena team, or is it XFL?
XFL.
And it's being coached by receiver for Pittsburgh.
The San Antonio Barbacoas or something.
No.
I better guess that I would have had.
No, it's
the Brahmas. That's right. It's the Brahmas.
That's right. And it's Heinz Ward. I think they're going to be like a gold and black color. Nice little logo. Yeah, they're going to be pretty.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Let's not also forget the World Cup. Argentina made it. In
France beat Morocco, which in the last 100 years, France beating Morocco after they conscripted 40,000 Moroccans in World War I. I'm going real deep into the history books to sow some discontent there.
So you're going with France. You know what? Everyone's talking about how they want Messi to go out a winner, and I'm going to go with France. I think France is going to do it, and I think they're going to win this thing again. So I'm going to take France.
Messi is a good story because by all accounts, another good guy.
Yeah.
Not a head case, not that prima donna, not a Ronaldo,
Yeah.
who got benched by Manchester.
And they won.
and then got benched by Portugal,
And they won.
and then they lost.
Well, then
Good story.
afterwards, yeah.
So yeah, and Messi, a couple of my friends really hate the fact that I don't like soccer. And it's not that I don't like soccer because I love all sports. I just don't understand soccer. They were going on and on about Messi's playmaking ability, and I'm like, I just don't see it. He kicks a ball, they run after the ball, they kick it again. I don't see it. I can't appreciate it.
I like it every 4 years.
Okay.
There you go. Who are you taking?
I'm taking Messi.
Really?
My wife's a big
Argentina?
Messi fan, and just like Bob said, the story behind it and how good of a guy he is. And
We'll see. Let's see. If he takes
Is-
that,
Not to go too personal, is Messi your wife's hall pass?
maybe.
as long as he's not in San Antonio, we're good.
The agreement structure behind it. What do I get from it, honey?
Though they did announce all the cities for World Cup 2026.
Oh, they did.
In Texas, we get Dallas and Houston are going to host games. Canada gets Toronto and Vancouver. Mexico has 3 cities, and then all the rest are dispersed around.
That's why Jerry Jones was talking about he's spending $250 million upgrades. I mean, that building's how old? What upgrades does it need?
God, it's like his Mercedes is only 6 months old, and he doesn't have the newest radio.
What upgrades is he making? I don't know.
Better TV screen.
Maybe a bigger screen.
With all the money he's making, right? You got it.
Yeah.
Put it somewhere, Max.
Well, you got to put it somewhere. So, other than that, I think.
Other than that, yeah, we have picks to do. So we're gonna be calling in Drew here. Drew is like we said. Drew is in sunny southern Florida, some part in Florida. It's all southern Florida. So we're gonna call Drew here in a little bit, and we'll get back to the show. And thanks for listening so far. So, guys, we're back, and we have Drew on the phone all the way from sunny Florida, that last bastion of crazy people, whether it's Florida Man Friday or Florida Woman Thursday. It's where all the crazy people go to hang out. So, Drew's in Florida.
Hey,
Yeah, sunny South Florida.
you're getting vitamin D. That's the sun vitamin, first of all, Drew.
Getting plenty of vitamin D and some fun and sun. And not to brag, but I went 3-0 on my picks last week against the spread. That puts me at a sterling 28-15.
Wow. Well, I didn't have any picks last week, so I'm still at 16 and 15. Bob, what did you go?
I probably went less than 3-0 because I think I went against them on a few of those games.
You went against me on the Cardinals.
Oh, my God, that game. Kyler Murray goes down like 3 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
And he's out for the season, ACL injury.
Yeah, he's
done.
toast.
Well,
And then I heard Purdy's questionable, isn't
I don't believe that crap.
he? Yeah, I think we'll play. Well, let's,
Yeah, questionable on the injury report means you're playing.
well, guys, I got bikinis and beers to go back to, so we got to hurry up.
Okay.
Let's do these picks.
let's do
guys.
these picks. Okay,
So, yeah, Thursday night, we got the 49ers on the road to the Seahawks. Brock Purdy, and we're not going to talk about his nickname. Go look it up. On the road to play Geno Smith and the resurgent Seahawks, trying to recapture their playoff run. San Francisco right now is favored by 3.5.
Yeah, I don't know how resurgent Seattle is right now. They've kind of hiccuped along the way here the last couple games. Purdy may be a little banged up. I think Samuel's out. There could be a few chinks in the armor. So you know what? I always say there are 2 places in December I like at home, and that's Kansas City and Seattle. Give me Seattle and 3.5 at home.
All right, Drew. You know what? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take Seattle.
Oh, screw you all! I want the new. I want the new guy's pick.
James, who are you taking?
That's most likely the pick I'm going to take as well.
Y'all
Feels like a Seattle kind of win.
You all are high. Y'all are high. Kyle Shanahan is an alchemist. Drew could go to San Francisco and play quarterback for Kyle Shanahan, and they would still win. I like.
What makes you think I haven't?
Yeah, well, I like Brock Purdy and that offense, even with Deebo Samuel sitting against the Seahawks, and I love that defense beating up on Geno Smith. Geno Smith will continue to regress to the mean. We all know what Geno Smith is. He's had a great season, but let's see him come back down to earth. I got the 49ers by at least a touchdown and a half.
Well, I always say I don't play rookie only play rookies on the road late in December. But it should be this would be a game that I could enjoy to watch. So
I think it's going to be a good
got
game.
a Thursday night prime time, right?
I'm watching it tonight.
Finally a good game.
Sunday night.
Yep.
the
Sunday
Giants-
night's Giants going to the Manders. Last time they played, they tied. We have no ties in football except when the Giants and the Manders play. Right now, Washington at home is favored by 4.5.
Wake me up when it's over.
Oh,
I
God.
think 4.5's a lot to give, and I'm rooting against the Giants so they can finish 500, and you guys can buy me a pizza.
That's right. We do. We have that bet.
So you know what? Manders, the running game, their quarterback who's very capable. Give me Washington minus 4.5.
Okay, Max.
I'm taking Washington just because they're playing at home. That's it. And I hope it's not a tie.
Okay. James.
That was an easier pick for me than the Seattle.
Okay. I have the Manders as well because Daniel Jones is going to get destroyed by raw sewage flowing out of the upper deck at FedEx Field.
All right. So we all have Washington. Monday night, Bob. Who do we have Monday night?
We have Rams on the road. Rams, who played an amazing Thursday night game. Baker Mayfield gets off the plane, walks into SoFi Stadium, and engineers a 98-yard game-winning drive. One of the most incredible things I've seen in the NFL this season.
Dun, dun, dun,
That was fun to
dun.
watch.
So the Rams are on the road going to the Packers who, oh my God.
It's -7.
It is -7. Other than the weather, I don't know why. I really don't know why. These are two teams I don't want to watch play.
I'm going with the Packers.
You know, at home, Green Bay, I think that Bradford had a pretty pedestrian game leading up to that last-minute drive, which was very heroic. But I think that Rodgers gets a flu shot this week,
Well, he's got his mushrooms.
and I think he comes back and give me the Packers. And how many points? What's the spread on that one?
You're laying 7 to Baker Mayfield and the Rams.
Yes, I'll take Packers and give the 7 points.
All right.
I think the Baker Mayfield show is over. I think it lasted 1 week. As much as I'd love to see him continue,
So
I think it's over.
I just like the absolute chaos and injury to insult if Mayfield beats Rodgers at Lambeau. So give me the Rams and the points.
all right, we got it set. Well, Drew, take care of yourself, man. Drive safe. I can't wait to see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, and I'm going to get back to watching non-binary people on the beach.
Have fun, man.
All right, take care.
Take care, sir.
All right.
All right. Well, we have the picks done.
Yeah, our picks are done. So with that, everyone like and subscribe, check us out on the RSS, check us out on the Google, check us out on the Spotify, all the places, leave a comment, an insightful comment. We love smart and funny.
Smart. Very smart.
So, and with that, we are out.
Thank you.